it's a hot time in the old comic book community tonight. All right, folks, let's talk about these comics and other things. Let's go. Hey. Welcome. Salutations and greetings.
It'll take time to restore chaos.
Yes, that too. Yes, chaos is among us.
I tell you what, we're going to open with the comic book drama.
Oh my God. Quick shout out to 80s guy. And what's up, y'all? What's up, One Shot Comics? Good to see you. Man, I'm just finding out about stuff.
Shout out.
My son has his finger on the pulse. It's like most of you guys, but I'm just the last to know about a lot of stuff. So I'm going to turn the floor over to you, Marcus. What's happening in the community that I'm not aware of?
Man, I'm going to drop the link to the video in the chat. So you may not have time to watch it now, but maybe you can watch it later. But the talk of Instagram today, the talk of comic book social media today was Jason Wallace, I believe his name is, from Black Flag Comics. You might be familiar with Black Flag from the acetate gate controversy. There was that Clayton Crane exclusive with the acetate cover slapped over it with the extra staples and the 10 O's from CGC.
Yes.
You probably know all about that. Well, Jason was the owner of Black Flag Comics, working very closely with Clayton Crane to release these books as they always sell out. Well, he released a video on Facebook last night that he since deleted, but you can click that link that I just shared and watch it because, of course, the internet does not forget. But he shared a video live last night where he talked about Clayton Crane actually taking his wife and running away with her. He said Clayton told him that she was going to be his muse, and he talked about her getting Clayton's name tattooed on her. And he also mentioned that it was his wife and Clayton Crane's idea to do acetate gate. So he throws acetate gate onto them and says it's their fault. And when I first started watching it, I was like, at first, my immediate reaction was, oh my God, this is hilarious. Because my exposure to this dude was a very cocky video after acetate. So I was like, whatever, not really feeling a whole lot of sympathy for him. But as you watch the video and you go further into it, man, you can't help but feel sympathy for the man, especially if you've ever been in the position that he's in with your heart broken, man. I've been there and I know it hurts. It's a hurt. Like, lots of people have never been. Lots of people have never.
Man,
really experienced
you above the age of 12, you probably had your heart broken at some point.
I got a friend who I have multiple friends who started dating in high school and got married, and they're still married. So
God
I don't really feel like they've ever. Yeah, I don't feel like they've ever really experienced heartbreak. But yeah, if you're in the dating scene in your 20s and 30s. You probably had your heart broken.
Quick shout outs. Willie, what's up? My guy. 80s guy, I saw you there. Hooked on Juno.
Staple.
See you. Staple, where are you, my brother? I saw you there a minute ago. There you go. From Oregon.
Yeah, one shot. And one shot I mentioned is terrible, him putting his business out there like that.
Yeah.
I definitely want to talk about that. That's part of what I want to talk about because Lorenzo and I were chatting about it real quick before we jumped on. And I think that's a big part of it. It's definitely what I use to justify the memes that I came up with today. As I was saying, at first I thought it was funny when I first get the initial setup of the situation. Black Flag Comics guy who was super cocky after acetate gate about selling books, gets his heart broken by the artist that made the book that he sold. It seems like perfect karma justice. But if you watch the video and you see how heartbroken he is, it's hard to gloat about what happened to him. It seems pretty hurtful. And it's important to remember it's just one side of the story, right? It's just this guy saying, hey, this woman broke my heart. Who knows what kind of person he could be in the relationship? Who knows what kind of culpability? So I'm definitely not drawing any hard conclusions, but I focused my memes on Clayton Crane because that was my way, as I was saying to Lorenzo, that was my moral way of justifying making fun of this situation, which is actually kind of tragic, especially if you watch the video. I said to myself, all right, I'm going to make Clayton the Crane and that'll be my moral justification. And the other part of my moral justification was what One Shot said, which is that, I mean, he made this video. I didn't make him make this video, right? Like, but as I was saying to Lorenzo before I jumped on, it's like I've been debating the moral, my moral judgment on that. I know Journals Comics had a video live earlier where he was kind of coming at people and scolding people for making memes and making fun of the situation. And a lot of people come at Journals and I think that he means well and he's in good faith, and I respected his criticism of me. And it's really got me thinking about, should I be making fun of this situation? It's because it is tragic. We don't know the full story, but from what we can read, it seems to be.
Wow. Yeah, that's kind of a thing. I mean, whenever that happens, of course, it's life changing. What's up, Damien?
What up, Damien?
As it makes me the Cape Crusader, then, I guess. Yeah.
Willie survived. I tell you what, Willie.
Venom beat.
I shut it down. I had one of my memes was a Vanilla Ice clip from the movie Cold as Ice. And it was one of the things that immediately came to my mind, because in this clip, Vanilla Ice says to this chick, drop the zero and get with the hero. And I'll never forget it, because as a kid, I was like, that is so, like, I remember bursting out laughing at like how stupid that was. And I remember my little sister being like, so dreamy. So for the past 30 whatever years, I've been making fun of my sister for thinking that line was cool and hot. And so it's always been with me. So that was definitely right there in my brain whenever I was thinking about how do I meme this. I was proud of that one. So thanks for saying that, Willie. That was the one. I felt like I was done after I did that one.
Oh, God. That's hilarious.
Zero. You got to watch the clip.
Jet City.
Get on the gram. It's a great clip from.
Oh yeah, I mean, and I think I was on there yesterday or the day before yesterday, but I haven't been on there lately, so I missed all this just scorching hot news here. I don't know, man. Gosh, that I know all of us have experienced the loss to one degree or another, and I feel for anyone going through it. And I really kind of, your friends who say got married in high school, God, I hope their relationship lasts, forever, because, that'd be their first time ever going through it. That would be horrific.
They wouldn't survive alone. Yeah.
Yeah. But see, speaking for myself, I have had so many relationships just break up and get, I mean, guess you told me about one you had that was pretty horrific, but maybe not even quite that bad, but I have some pretty bad ones. And I got to the point where I just think that, if anybody doesn't want to be with me, I just have to, learn how to live without them. Because, it was like, the dude, Clayton Crane just kidnapped his wife. She left it of her own volition. I think you can't take anyone that doesn't want to go. You can't take anyone that doesn't want to be taken. And if she went that easily, then she was never his in the first place. I mean,
and that's...
I not to be insensitive about it, but I guess maybe just the scar of having so many losses in my life, of being left by people. So I just like, it wasn't like, she must not have loved me that much because she's gone, So I think, okay, that's bullet dodged, right? Because at some point she was gonna leave me anyway. So at least I found out at this point, it's embarrassing because I tell her, oh man, my wife, went off with another man, or my partner left for whoever, or another woman, whoever happens, it's just, so, yeah, but I feel for the brother, I hope he's able to heal quickly, and anybody else who has that problem. But man, I mean, there's some blame to go around. She's his muse now. Okay.
You gotta watch the video. It's weird. And I'll tell you, and I was telling you about the experience I had. It's one thing to say, hey, to look at these things logically and be like, this person doesn't want me. Fine, I don't want them. Like, that's how I am really. I'm very logical. about the way that I reacted. At least I try to be very logical about how I react to things, and I try to really listen and understand and reason things through. So that is exactly the kind of things that I would say is like, well, they don't want me, then whatever, I don't
Yeah.
want them. Like, I'm better off without them, which is beautifully logical, right? But the problem with that is when you're in these situations, logic does not control things, man. It's not in control in any way, shape, or form. It's entirely your emotion, your chemistry, the chemicals in your body take complete control over. And that was something I didn't really understand until I was, like I was telling you, until I was almost 30. I moved out to California for a chick that I'd met online, and we had been talking and whatever, and it was like, let's go for it. And I move out there, and 2 weeks later she dumps me. And so the
Man.
pain that I felt at that moment, like I remember fighting it, like fighting the chemistry, fighting the chemicals, and being like, trying to be the way that you were, like this is how it is, and trying to accept how it is. But that's a process, man. And that can be a long process
It
sometimes.
can
It took,
be.
for me, when she dumped me, I remember I went to the liquor store, I bought a fifth of Morgan, Captain Morgan, and I drank it until I passed out, bro.
Oh my
That's what I
God.
did.
That spice rum, probably from a
But
sugar overdose.
man, I had to shut everything off, man. It was too much. But I tell you, as I was saying before we came online, is like that whole experience with that, like I would never change that because that got me ready for what came next, which was my wife and the family and kids. It's like I didn't really understand a lot of shit until that happened to me. I really believe that. Like not just about love and heartbreak, but just like life. I didn't really understand until somebody stabbed me deep in my heart and made me really feel that.
Yeah. It's a sense of betrayal. It's obviously, but it's just like such deep betrayal because that's your intimate partner that all of a sudden has done this to you,
Yeah.
and you just uproot
Well,
your life for this person.
well,
And now, what are you going to do
for
with it?
me, for me, it was more than the betrayal, though. It was a matter of just, what's wrong with me. That was the real thing that hurts the most is like, I like myself. I've always, had good, decent self-esteem and liked myself pretty good. But whenever somebody hits you like that, that's the question is, what is wrong with me? And I actually had a run of relationships like that where it was like, what is wrong with me, man? I think I'm pretty cool, but apparently I'm not,
It's not you,
Which
man.
is,
It's not anybody
yeah.
that's
Well,
it's like
yeah.
this is not you. I mean, they just weren't for you, and you wanted them, but they maybe saw something they wanted from you, and then they got it, or maybe they just wanted to use you to some grand scheme in their sick mind. There's a lot of manipulative people out there who do strange things, and you don't can't blame yourself for them being who they are.
And a lot of and in my experience, I just think that she was in the same spot that I was. Like we were at a certain age in our lives where we felt like we were in a rut and we were trying to grab a vine out of this rut, and we thought that maybe each other was that vine. And for me, it turned out I wasn't that vine for her. And I don't blame her at all. Like I said, I don't change anything. I think it was really stupid of me to do it, but I wouldn't change it because it made me the man that I am, the father that I am, the husband that I am. I just don't think I'm the same person without it.
Yeah, yeah. It was an education. It's a hard. Sometimes life gives you hard educations and hard experiences, and if you're lucky, you'll learn from them. If you keep repeating the same thing
Yeah,
over and over again, that could be problematic, in the future. So, I
that's
don't
what
know that.
drugs will do.
Yeah,
Drugs will make you do the same mistakes over and over.
yeah, yeah.
Don't take drugs.
I don't
But
know. I don't
checking
know if
out the
there's. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, checking out the chat here,
Uh,
and what Jet City said, he saw the video in hopes that his friends checking in. And absolutely, like I'm saying, 24/7 watch, like living at his house with him, making sure that dude's okay. He's got a daughter, and I had a friend of mine recently. It was in June actually, who has 4 kids, 2 baby mamas and 4 daughters, and he ended up hanging himself in June. And I've been thinking about him a lot, because it's like, what a decision, man. You gotta really be hurting and to make that decision, especially when you have kids. The pain must be just, I can't imagine.
Now, see, I don't know this man's, situation. Did they have kids, or were they planning on having
And
kids?
they
But
have a daughter.
and
He
of
talks
course
about his daughter.
Oh, yeah. You know, you know, I can't speculate, but it doesn't sound like it's going to end well for Clayton and this muse that he's
For
got
Crane
here.
and the woman,
Yeah,
yeah, that does definitely sound like,
it sounds like
odds are.
it's not like hormones going amok right there, and a decision made in haste, and like, how am I going to explain this to my daughter someday?
Mm-hmm.
Mommy left daddy for this artist dude who said he really loved me, and you understand, don't you? So I don't. Oh, that God help him, man. That's a situation to be in. That's
80s guy says karma is a bitch, and that
no, that's
leads
right,
into my kind of
and
that
it's
leads into
real.
one of the questions I kind of have for the chat is like, I've been making memes of this situation, which is really a tragic situation, especially if you're involved in it, and making light of it. And my moral justification for that has been, all right, I'm going to make Clayton the villain. That seems like the easy thing to do. That I don't feel bad. I'm not attacking Jason in his time of thing. I'm just making fun of Clayton, and that was been my justification. But I'm curious, there's people like Journos and my homie brother John Comics who said, it's all bad. It doesn't matter. Like, making light of the situation at all is all bad. And I'm curious what the chat thinks about that, because I think there's two things that I've said to myself is more than two things. Like, number one, he posted this shit online. I didn't ask him to do that, And number two, if I'm not memeing it, other people are going to be memeing it, that one feels like a stupid reason, though. I don't like that reason, even though it's true.
It is absolutely true. Yeah, but your first answer is probably the best. He should have really thought of, but he should have just grabbed his camera as soon as he felt the pain that he was going through.
Yeah.
I always think that shit, because now he's up deleting it. But as you say, the internet is forever. Think about shit before you post, man. Just don't start. I'm mad right now. I'm angry right now. Or I'm sad right now. Maybe I shouldn't get in front of the camera just yet till I've had a moment to just process, this whole situation. So he kind of stepped in it himself, not blaming the victim. But, if he hadn't done it.
But yeah, I mean, I absolutely am, though. I mean, that's a big part of my justification is that if he had not gone online and shared that with his friends, and it's pretty bad, I mean, it's raw. It's really raw emotion, man.
It would have been between him and Clayton and his wife. Otherwise, though, if he'd been between those three, and nobody would have ever known about it. It's leaked out like a rumor. But
and he is not the star of comic book social media today. If he does that, absolutely.
Yeah, but at what cost? That's do you really want to be famous for that? Unfortunately, and not on the heels of Acetate Gate. And you said someone threw him under the bus for Acetate Gate too. His wife did.
What he says in that video, he says that Acetate, the book, was his wife's idea along with Clayton Crane. So he says it was their idea and he just went along with it. So he also tries to push Acetate Gate off of them. So, and again, important to remember, this is one side of the story. It might be this dude could be all kinds of things that we don't know about. But yeah, 80s guy says something that I want to point out. He says, I have no sympathy for this guy that live he did at the con at C2E2 after Acetate Gate. It did really feel like a major F you to everyone. I got to get my money kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a fan of the dude at all after that video. And that's part, it's an interesting juxtaposition between the cocky guy in that video and this dude that you see in the video last night. There is quite the swing between the two. And yeah, I mean, I can't be mad at you, 80s guy, if you're not forgetting that cocky guy that was not too long ago.
Yeah, man. There's two things in a row that's not a good look for him. So there is some sympathy coming his way, I guess, if you wanna, for being empathetic for him in this situation. but is also he's put himself in two situations where he didn't have to be in. One with the acetate thing, and two with the video while he's going through this horrible situation in his life. Maybe looking for a little sympathy, or maybe trying to throw a little, or bus toss for a wife.
Or set the narrative. He may be trying to set the narrative.
There you go. So you're right. Only one side of the story has been told. We don't know what the whole story is, but one thing we know for sure that he did not make himself look good with that video. But again, so yeah, I agree.
Brian LCS.
Yeah.
And since Brian is here, we might as well do the spill.
What's up, Brian?
CBCAwards.org. CBCAwards.org. Voting is open right now. Your guy Lorenzo is up for best comic book review against some heavy hitters, some really great channels. So we've got to get our votes in and make sure that we're supporting Lorenzo, and maybe, just maybe, get him on the big stage. Just maybe getting him up there on that big stage. That would be nice. And while we're talking about Lorenzo, there's also the link down below, Alternative City Comic Shop, where you can go and buy some dope gear, including some dope shirts, which it looks like Lorenzo's wearing one of them right now. So yeah, definitely check out that shop. And there's some sales going on. Is there still $10 shirts going on?
Oh yeah, there's just $10 clearances on shirts and magnets as we speak. More things are being added.
Those Bonnie Assassin shirts.
The Bonnie Assassin shirts are available for shizzle.
Highly recommend.
Yeah,
that's the kind of nerd shirt I like. That kind of nerd shirt that's obscure. That, you either know or you don't know. That's my favorite kind.
Yeah. Yes, and Damien has a very good point here. Yes, never shoot an angry video, or in his case, a highly charged emotional video. I mean, there's some people who thrive on that kind of reaction because you get the visceral reaction from fans as well, or from viewers as well. But you got to live with it. You got to own it. If you're gonna live with that, you're gonna throw that part of your life out there. You gotta okay, don't take it down. Lean into it. Okay, wasn't wrong what they did to me? Yeah, I mean, don't take anything down. I mean, you took it down. You should have put it up in the first place.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah,
and that's how that's how I feel about criticism again for me and some of my memes that I might get, or if someone feels like maybe I shouldn't be memeing the situation. I'm not getting mad about that. Like, I'm listening. Like, I don't want to be an asshole. So I'm not going to get upset if you have criticism. I'm going to listen very closely and decide if you're right. But Stapled Spine posted something on Instagram that I was curious about. Something about Lorenzo coming into the horror house. What's going on with that?
A horror house? What are you talking about?
Sorry, Janet. I didn't say it.
No, not at all. A horror house. Yes.
Yeah, the horror house is on Sunday.
It's like actually I'm making a trip down to the Rose City on Friday of this week. Actually, the Comic-Con is there, but I'm not going for the Comic-Con. I'm going to hang out with two of the coolest people in the community, Staple Spine and Sleepy Reader. So I'm
so jealous, y'all. If I need a live or I need like an intimate camera shot of you guys having I need something with you guys, man. Give me some content with this, please.
I'm hoping we all get some content out of this. It should be something.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a good feeling about this.
Content from all three of you out of this. That'll be fun. I'm excited about that. So where can the fans get a peek at this? Where should we be looking? At all three of your channels, or where do we watch this at?
Absolutely. All three of them. I'm sure. I haven't spoken to the other guys about it, but I would assume. So keep your eyes and ears peeled.
Stapled Spine and Sleepy Reader, Damien. Definitely check out those websites. Get logged in or subscribed if you're not already subscribed, and let's make sure that we don't miss any of that.
Absolutely.
That sounds fun. I'm jealous. Wish I was out there.
Yes. I can't wait. This is like super exciting for me. This is.
So is that? When is that again?
This is this Friday. This coming Friday, the 9th.
This Friday.
Yeah.
It doesn't really look like Stapled is doing much on YouTube here.
Well, Stapled is active on Instagram a lot.
Instagram,
like you guys. Yeah. like a lot of you guys are. And he makes this staple spine fanzine. It's pretty dope too. So that's the his wheelhouse right there is horror fanzines and stuff like that. Yeah, no, yes, autographs. So, yeah, man, that's gonna be a good time, man. I'm pumped. I'm psyched about all that good stuff. And yeah, so man, so as the comic book world turns, I also was able to pick up some.
I guess we can talk about comics.
I actually got some books today, which is not always the case up here in the Pacific Northwest, where we don't get our books on time. So from last week, I got Thunderbolts number 1. Yeah, see if I can get just put you do the basic deal here for a hot second. Thunderbolts number 1 from Marvel last week.
I've heard good decent things about that one.
Yeah, and I like it because it's my guy David Nakayama. He's so dope, man. He makes everybody look young and sexy. And look how good Hawkeye looks. I mean, that Clinton Barton from the '60s, he looks great. Everybody, the women look beautiful and thick, and the men look handsome and young. It's like, damn, I just do a portrait for me or something like a Dorian Gray, so I'll never age. And this week, Captain America number 4, Sentinel of Liberty. I thought I'd just give this book a try. It's just the cover is so cool because it has like this like little Peggy Carter's on there, and there's like a little map and everything on there. So it's like it was this character, the Revolution, that may be in here or something like that. Sure, that may have influenced my buying the book, but
yeah, I'm sure it did.
hey, don't be talking about my first appearances. Speaking of first appearances, the Colonialist is allegedly the first appearing in Black Panther number 9 here.
I love that.
This is another one of these kick-ass my guy Ross covers, Bob Ross.
Same thing.
Yes, exactly. So man, it's you think I would know the guy's name, and we both share the same name.
Alex Ross.
Yeah, I know. I used to see him like in the art store all the time. But man, he's a prolific painter, and he just cranks out watercolors like there's no tomorrow. I got to do a quick sketch. And She-Hulk number 6, letting that series build up. Haven't watched past episode 1 yet, so I'm gonna let it pile up the way I've been doing.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing too. I'm gonna watch it all together. I'm worried I'm not gonna like this one based off the reviews. I'm thinking maybe I'm not gonna like this one. We'll see though. I love how hot she looks. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, but don't let those reviews get you. I mean, they say a lot of the same things about this book too. So you never know. I mean,
I didn't know, but man, I like green skin, man. I don't know what that says about me, but it turns out.
Oh my God. That's Skip. What's up, Skip Tosh?
Skip. Where did I see you, Skip? Oh, Skip was in Journos.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, the Journal. Okay.
Yeah,
Journos, man. He's making some good content. This is from last week, and this, I think, is the previews exclusive Momoko. Yeah, you got a couple of these, don't you? I think you do.
I got only one of the Virgin.
Oh, really? Wow. Yeah, but these are I think they only got a couple at the store, and they held them for me last week. I was lucky. This is one of the nicest ones because it's got this, like, you can see the texture, like on the spider mask. It looks so cool. It actually looks like watercolor paper.
I like that one.
Yeah, I don't know how they did it. Marvel's known for their cheap paper too, so at least they made a nice cover.
I would like to get this one signed by Peach and Slab someday.
This would, yeah. If I ever run into her out here on the west side of the coast, I'll probably do that. Here's my guy, the only DC Batman and Chip Zdarsky. Have you read this one yet?
I have not read it. I like that cover. People have been iffy on that cover, but I like it.
I like it too. I mean, the cover A's. This is the guy, right? Jimenez does these A covers, right?
Jorge.
He does some great Great 8 covers. Can't wait to read that and catch up on the that story. Yeah, something about that, Damien, about that cap cover. It just touched me. Like, oh, man, I'm gonna get that. The Peggy Carter thing too. Maybe I'm a little behind on Basilisk. I don't know about you, but I know both of us read this.
Yeah, I actually decided. I was like, yeah, today I'm going to sit down and read Basilisk. I need to catch up.
Yeah, I'm only like 2 behind though, so I'm not too far behind like I am on Noctera, which is like many issues, unfortunately.
I think I'm 3 or 4 for me.
Oh, and West of Sun. I believe this is the last issue, number 5. Just read number 4. This is an underrated book. So far, story's been really good. You would think it'd be kind of predictable, another vampire in the West story, but it's been kind of unique in many ways. Good artwork and a good story. Is this a Snyder? No, it's a Seeley, Tim Seeley, Seeley joint. So this is the last one. Then it's been a good run. And yep, another first appearance. This one is Sabrina the Teenage Witch Anniversary Spectacular. Yes, only $2.99. The first appearance of Amber Moonstone. Whatever the hell is... Oh, Amber Nightstone, excuse me. Amber Nightstone. But hey, Archie's a low print run books. They have a loyal following. Hey, and at $2.99. And these guys in Spawn are the only ones that are $2.99 still, I think. So it's a little light though.
It's easy to buy that $3 book. It's easy to buy that $3 book.
It is. It is. That's why I couldn't turn it down. I'm surprised they had it there. Like, oh, I was thinking about getting this. I had to pick it up. It's a little thin though, but say like how what's the furthest place from here is like almost 2 books for $3.99. This is like almost half of one of those. But hey, it's Archie. What are you gonna do? Twig number 5. I'm not sure what number cover this is, but it's I haven't read this series since number 2, so I got to catch up. I got 3, 4, and 5 now, so I can finish this off. I heard good things about it.
That must be the C from Scotty Young, I bet.
Yeah, I bet it is. Yeah, it's the only cover they had at the shop, so it was good enough. I like it. Oh, look at Willie. Willie, he knows the Sabrina story. Yeah, I mean, hey man, you guys laugh now. And House of
just like all those Star Wars specs.
That's right. One of these days, mark my words. I just read number 7 last night, so I'm kind of into number 8 right here now. I'll probably read it pretty quickly because it's kind of a good story. I mean, I think this may be the last in this arc of these Scarlet Masks. It's been pretty good so far.
Yeah, I need to read. I haven't read the second arc yet. I need to get into it.
Yeah. The first one kind of put you off a little bit, or you just kind of like lost interest after the
No, it's just I'm a binger. It's just like She-Hulk, this TV series. I just like to put it all together and read it all together because I feel like I grasp it better. I understand it better. I enjoy it more. I just like it better that way.
Yeah, that makes sense. Another series coming to an end is Alice Ever After, which I thought has been so beautifully rendered between Panozzi and the other guy, Giorgio Spalletta. This is just beautiful artwork about this dark, depressing subject. Oh man, it's
Is there any spec potential for that one? Let me show you this book I got for that one. I'm thinking about selling it.
Let me see. Hang on, let me put you back in the mix here.
Let me see if I can get it without the glare here. That's a little hard to do.
What number is that?
But this Alice Ever After #1, signed by John Zhang.
Ooh.
This is the John Zhang variant.
Ooh.
Got it signed by him at Planet Comic-Con. I love this book. I wonder how much it could sell for. I was thinking about putting it up on eBay. What do you guys think?
I would wait. Until it becomes, because it very well may become a property. Because it's a pretty cool concept. So? It's a pretty cool concept. I mean, Hollywood, and there's 1,000 streaming platforms out there, and they're all looking for content. And who has content? Comic books. Comic books have tons of content, untapped. So it's a good story. And the worst things have been.
McFarlane. No, I was just saying Todd McFarlane was saying exactly the same thing. Tom had a great interview with him last year.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the things that Comic Tom said. He said, if you're a streaming service and you're looking for content, well, you can't go to Marvel because Marvel's locked down. And you can't go to DC because DC's locked down. So the next best thing is Image, right? And so there's going to be, he was talking about how there's just a lot of opportunity for Image books to get optioned. And speaking of option Image books, have you seen the 8 Billion Genies #1 prices? $50 already.
Are you kidding? Wow.
Already $50 book. Number two, like 3, these are $25, $30 books. It's looking like something is killing the children type prices on these books. It's kind of crazy, man.
Ooh. Get those second printings are still pretty high too. I couldn't even get a second printing of that. I got maybe a third printing, maybe. But I think they're going to fourth
The second
now.
printing of #1. The second printing of #1 was not easy to get, but all the printings after that have seemed to be. My shop had plenty of the rest of the printings.
Oh, maybe I was thinking of
#1.
Okay, maybe I was thinking of Grimm. They, at the same time they were kind of out. Yeah, okay.
Those were going quick. Yeah, the Grimm hype is real too. But the Grimm numbers have not touched 8 Billion Genies numbers. No, not at all.
It's true. That was a surprise. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't spec on it at all, but I'm glad I just happened to pick it up in the shop. Yeah,
I got an A and a B #1, and like it's going for $50 each, and I'm super tempted to sell it because 6 months from now it'll probably be a $20 book, you know. So I'm super tempted to cash in right now.
If you got them, yeah. If you got them, you can get 50. Don't get less than 50 for them. Yeah, I do it. Yeah, because you
50
get them back.
50 is my threshold. 50, anything less than $50,
it's not worth it.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's not really worth it. Yeah, you know, because you can't go to Chipotle and get a couple of meals for it. You know, something like that. You know, it's not worth it. Into the indies, which is mostly what I got. It's the last line, #1 from Aftershock. It's got aliens. It's got conspiracy. It's British, so you know it's good. So I'm looking forward to this. This might be a good thing. This might be one of those things that is under a lot of folks' radar.
I passed on the Alien book one shot, and I think I regret it because I really like Philip Kennedy Johnson. I probably should have got that damn book.
Yeah, I thought about it too, but I'm not a super alien in the comic form, at least, guy. I like it in the movies better.
Yeah, I'm not either, but I enjoy him as a writer, and I enjoyed the first run that he had. I don't know why they're starting over on it.
Yeah, Marvel, you know. So I'm going to give Golden Rage another look.
Yeah, I hate it.
I know. It's a love-hate thing, you know. Mostly hate. Golden Rage #2. I did a review #1, and I liked it enough to give it another shot. But the island of battling grandmas and women who have been discarded and all that stuff. So I thought it was a pretty decent concept.
You know, I cut that one today with the thought that if I really liked one, I don't think I'll have a problem finding #2.
Yeah. I don't think there'll be like a fight at the rack for that book at all. You'll be able to find it for sure.
It's an interesting concept, though. I'm interested in it.
Yeah. That's what I like about it. But you know, the writing was okay in the first one, but I'll give it another shot.
I've been making hard cuts. My bill was only $60 this week, which is super low for me.
Both of us. I only got 19 books, and this is 2 weeks worth. So I beat the 10-book minimum twice.
Nice. I'm still not beating that.
I'm achieving my goals slowly but surely. You know, Antioch #1 is from the world of the Frontiersman. Yeah, the Frontiersman. Some people reading the Frontiersman were surprised to see this come out, but since it's the first appearance of Antioch, I'll give it a shot.
I did not know that was part of Frontiersman.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. That's,
is it the same writer and artist, or what? Is there a different?
I think it's the same writer for sure. I want to say, yeah. I want to say it's for sure the same writer. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Yeah. And Willie, I remember you mentioning this earlier about Fearless Dawn. This is the thing we talked about a couple of weeks ago. It's finally out. It's actually a one-shot of shorts. It's like 5 or 6 short stories in here with Fearless Dawn. Fearless Dawn is just the coolest character. She's kind of like horror and cheesecake combined. That's God, what's the dude? Steve Bannion, I want to say his name is the creator, and the folks at Asylum Press sent me a bunch of their books, a bunch of their horror titles and stuff, and in them was the run of Fearless Dawn, and I was hooked on her before that, but now I'm really a big Fearless Dawn fan. So yeah, this is one I was looking forward to too. So I like that. I like Fearless Dawn. Last couple, 2, 3, Shock Shop. This is not the A cover, but I like this one because the Francavilla cover, and it's an homage to some. If anyone knows what this is homage to, let me know, because I'm not sure which cover this is. It's probably like some DC book, because he throws a shout out to Neil Adams on the side right there. This is about a haunted comic book shop, so you just gotta get this. You did pick this up, didn't you? Please tell me you did.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No, I didn't. It wasn't even on my radar.
Wasn't even on your radar.
I'm trying to make cuts, man. I can't be adding random indies.
Random things. All right, the last couple, 2, 3, last couple actually, is I can't leave Mind Management bootleg alone, because every week they come out with a different cover that just draws my interest. And this one, they had a couple this week, and this is the one that I'm not sure who the artist is, but I have to look it up. David Rubin, maybe, I think. But this and the interiors are so nice too. Yeah, it's like a very well done indie book.
That's a Dark Horse book, right?
Mm-hmm. Mind Management. Matt Kent. I think it's a Matt Kent joint too. Yeah, he's writing this, and this is the second series of Mind Management.
What does Damien mean, the flip cover on Shock Shop? What's the flip cover?
Is there one that I missed? I'm not sure.
He says, does Shock Shop have the flip cover?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know.
Check it out.
I don't know. Let's take a look and see. Yes. No time like the present. Ha! It does indeed. Thank you, Damien.
Look at that.
Holy crap.
Now you know.
I was wondering what that cover was. Huh. See, dude, what would I do without you, man? My God. I mean, this is like, I bought the bloody book. It was in my hands. I was looking at it before I bagged it up. So this is, my goodness. Yes. And
there you go.
And Ruben is the artist on that other one. Yeah. So, man, the comic community, man, I'll tell you, I don't know which one I like better. I mean, I like the shout out here, but they both look good, man. And the subject matter is definitely something that I could get into because of the whole haunted comic book shop thing. Last book, and I didn't even know that I was going to get this. I think this is out this week. This is what is this? Dark Spaces Wildfires #1. This is the D cover. I already got #2 because I subbed to it just on the strength of Comic Tom and Fire Guy Ryan, and some maybe even Robbie. I think maybe Robbie liked this too.
Boo! Influencers, boo!
What? What are you booing?
Comic Tom. Oh, I was just making Comic Tom and the influencers you were
making.
Oh,
God. Oh, okay, like the trolls do it. Oh, yeah, all the haters, yeah. So they really, so I can finally read this book and see what the hubbub is about. They really were glowing about this book and the original idea that it is. This is a Scott Snyder joint too, so chances are.
I like that guy.
Yeah, that Scott Snyder guy might have a future. I don't know. He's coming up with some pretty good stuff. So,
possibilities.
Yeah, that's what I got this week, man. And it's actually a really good week. I mean, I kept.
Oh, back on camera.
Oh yeah, no picking your nose. So I got a lot of good stuff came in, and I stayed under the limit for 2 weeks in a row. life is good.
Janet and I are very proud of you.
I know. We're trimming the fat. So we're touring the facility.
I really have been trying to
taking up slack.
I really have been focusing on that though, because I got about 1,200 comics in a year last year, and that's a pretty rapid growth. And as you extrapolate that out, and it's like, yeah, this is definitely an unsustainable, set that I'm going at here. I got to slow down.
I don't know how big your house is, man, but mine ain't that big. I'm gonna have to come up with a solution pretty soon. Because make some hard cuts. That's why I'm trimming down now. So there'll be probably a tremendous comic book sale coming up at some point in the future. I might start, offering like a super cheap mystery boxes or something like that on the old website. I guess.
I was wondering, do I join Whatnot, or do you do mystery boxes, or and how do you make? Yeah, that's an interesting thought, because I do need to get to a point where, and I think all of us get to this point where we can't keep all of this stuff,
Yeah. And we have to get rid of some of it. I know if Beckerman was here, he'd say, no, don't get rid of any of it. But,
yeah, Beckerman would definitely disagree. He would say, get yourself a storage unit like a real collector.
Just rent a storage facility. That's like this big, 5,000 square foot thing, and put them all in there or something.
He seriously has a storage unit just for comic books. And he goes there, and he's got a chair in there, and he just goes and sits with his comics sometimes. It's crazy.
That sounds pretty cool, actually. If I could afford that, I would totally do it.
Yeah. It would be nice to have that spot to run away to.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's very cool.
Earth divers.
Ooh.
What is it? Juno's asking about Earth divers.
I don't know. That rings a bell. It sounds like a comic that maybe came out a few weeks ago. I think I may have heard of it, but I don't know. Please elaborate, Juno. I'm not quite sure. Yeah. I do know the Amazing Spider-Man is coming out next week, because it comes out every freaking week, it seems. IDW. Huh. IDW's coming out with some stuff now. Yeah, that's who was doing the forest thing. Huh. I can't think so why. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jet City.
I like the quality of IDW books. It's always nice quality, it seems.
Yeah. I'm gonna start giving stuff away, because like you said, you can't take them with you. Either now or in the estate sale. What are you gonna do? And this Hellfire Gala thing, the gala, if you will, what the hell is that about? It's happens every year, I guess. I don't know, but they somehow work it into like an event every year. So that's the Hellfire Gala cover by Mr. J.R. Jr., the very controversial Mr. J.R. Jr. The Gleason variant is pretty cool. Gleason is pretty awesome, though. I like his work.
I like Gleason, yeah.
And then there is a Rico variant, and there's a Virgin variant of this as well.
Oh, Rico with a 1 for the I. Right?
Yeah. Huh? How clever am I?
That's nice. That is nice, right there.
It is. And Daredevil number 3 is coming out too. I gotta read number 3, I should say. I haven't read number 2. This is a very, man, I forgot who's doing the A cover for this. I think the main guy, is that Chichetto doing the A cover? I think it might be Chichetto's cover. I think, yeah.
It looks like him, yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice, too. That's pretty dope.
That's a dope ass cover, man. And this,
I'm looking at the hand, and only one of the fingers looks kind of wonky, but the rest of them look really good.
Well, it is death hand, so it's like
hands are so hard,
Oh my God.
I got that from watching Ink Master. I got an appreciation for some of the things that are hard to draw, and hands were definitely something that people struggled with. Pinups was another one that people struggled with. Like
pinups?
Pinup girl.
Oh, yeah. Like the pretty girl concept of a pinup thing?
A pinup, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always had trouble with the hands and then the faces,
Yeah. You gotta make the hands do something and make them look like they're not just, just static. So that's the hardest part too. And then, the proportion and all that stuff. It ain't easy. Then there's the Kill
I do
Mew.
love that Daredevil. I
You
do
do?
love that A cover though, man. That was
Yeah.
nice.
I mean, the A cover, you really don't need anything else. They could have just stopped right there, But there are a couple more. The Kill Mew cover is also available. I don't think it's an incentive. No, just a regular variant edition. He makes some nice covers. There's a 1 in 25 Maleev cover too. Alex Maleev is kind of a throwback, I guess. Got a tiny bit of space of the art, and then a lot of his negative space.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. And Paulo Siqueira. This is a promotional cover. I'm not sure what promotion it is involved with, but this one's pretty dope too. I like the colors and the foreground, middle ground, background, all the elements of a good of a good drawing are involved there. So yeah, this is a guy whose work I'm not that familiar with. I don't recall the name. Spider-Punk. Insert your lyrics here. Something about Spider-Punk. I don't know. I mean, Spider-Punk is not like, I don't know, a great character, but it just looks so colorful. They always have these really cool covers. Judy Ba's done a couple of covers for him and everything. I'm just going to hook because it's number 5. I'll probably get it because I've got, I think, probably 1 through 4 already because I'm just a sucker for stuff like that.
You're pot committed.
I'm pot committed. I can't sell the whole run without number 5. So there you go. In case I do get it. So yeah. What's that? Hooked. Maria Wolf. Oh, Maria Wolf. Okay. Just going back in time to kill. Oh, that does sound like a familiar. Did we preview that maybe 1 week? Does that ring a bell to you? Going back in time to kill Columbus? Is it all a blur? It's like yeah, that does kind of sound familiar to me though. So yeah, I might look into that. Batman versus Robin, because why not? We need controversy. A lot
What's
of people,
the controversy on this?
It's that it's just a lot of people think that they're going through a lot of trouble to create this rift between Damian and Bruce for no good reason other than just to sell books, I guess, is the whole point. And I can't disagree with that. Because the character of Damian is a pretty cool, unique character, and since he's, Talia's son, so many people hate Talia as well, he's bound to have some rebelliousness and it's a wee bit of evil in him, or a wee bit of darkness, I would say. So I don't see myself picking this up, but I don't know. They do have a couple of nice covers though.
I'm picking up more DC. I'm much more open to picking up a DC book, a new DC book than a new Marvel book.
Oh, for sure.
Now.
And this was an anomaly this week. I only got 1 DC book, but it was probably the best one out there. I love that Batman is still once a month. Damn, they got to keep that up, man. I love that. I don't know if Chip demanded that because, hey, look, I'm busy. They're going to do 1 a month. That's the deal,
Lorenzo versus Marcus. Bring it on, damn.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Eventually, the son always turns against the father.
I'll make memes. I'll make memes about it going up to the fight. It'll be fun. Let's do it.
Sure. I'm down with it. It's all in good fun.
I already got this one video in my brain. That would be perfect, actually.
Yeah, I don't know who this Middleton person is, but it's kind of a cool. This is at Zatanna. Sans her trademark fishnets. She got fishnets on her hands. This is like her her Saturday night outfit or something. She's wearing leather pants and fishnet gloves.
It looks like Stapled was talking to you on the wrong video. He was wondering why we were ignoring him. He was commenting on your review video, talking to us.
What happened, Staple? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh,
oops!
Oh, what happened, Staple? You take a toke beforehand or something?
Smoke weed every day.
Oh, all right. I'll be down there Friday.
Hey, I miss you. I miss you, Rude. Shout out to Rude. I miss you, Rude, buddy.
And this is a Brian Pereal. He does some good stuff too, but it's a 1 in 25, and I just see myself getting this whole series. You know, it's just one of those things I'm going to pass on. I like a lot of DC stuff, but this probably won't be one of them.
Is that Gabriel Delato?
No, this is Lucio Perillo.
Okay, that could be him too.
Yeah.
It looks so dark. I was thinking it had to be Gabriel.
Yeah, they got that same style, similar style, I should say. And Midnight. Is that a guy from The Wire you do it there?
Yeah, that's how Stapled said it. So.
That's
Senator,
awesome.
What is it?
Senator Clay something. Yeah. I used to always do it around the house. Jenna hated that. Cut that out. You're not that guy. But it's pretty funny though, because it's like I know somebody who talks like that.
Hell yeah.
So Midnight Suns, SUNs, folks. Don't get it twisted. This is this is like Wolverine seems a little bit out of place here. I think Moon Knight would have been a better choice. I don't know. I mean, because most of these folks are mystical folks. There's a vampire. There's what's this lady Ghost Rider. I forget her name. The other lady up there in the corner with the sword. I know Magic. And then there's the girl from Strange Academy, who's also a voodoo type of person. So Wolverine, a guy that just eviscerates people with his claws, sure, he fits right in, right? So I think they just wanted to put an A-list character in here to push the book, but it would have made more sense to put Moon Knight, a more supernatural character in there than this. I mean, am I all based on this, or what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to see. I mean, what you're saying in terms of mysticism, he does seem to be a bit out of place there, though.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God. All kinds of good. I know you'll have to Sabrina. I know, man. We're just rocking and rolling here, man. Sorry we missed you. We have to catch you up. Where are we here now? We're at the Midnight Suns, and here's a Kevin Eastman 1 in 25 that I might be looking for. It's kind of cool. I like Eastman's style. You just know his style when you see it. It's he's unique in that aspect. Some people have a signature style.
That's cool.
Then there's the game variant. I guess there's a game. So there's a guy who knows nothing about games. This would
not
be
that I know of.
Yeah. So
is it NetEase Games? I know they were doing that thing with Marvel.
Could be
that Chinese gaming company.
It could be.
I bet it is actually.
Yeah. So yeah. And this is the one that's kind of cool. This is the Midnight Suns. This is Inyuk Lee. Oh yeah,
I can see him.
Yeah. This is one of his better ones lately. I mean, there's a couple of them. Like he did one with Yara Flor. This is magic.
She has a chest.
I hadn't noticed. What are you talking about there? Her arms. She's wearing these leather arm things. I don't know. That's all I saw. This is magic with some new outfit on. It goes with a halter and hot pants, I guess, also. But yeah, this is one of his better covers here. I like it.
I bet you
And
do.
Wonder Woman, Dark Crisis, or Worlds Without a Justice League. Um, I don't know. I'm not buying the whole. I know the Justice League is going to be coming back soon. They're not going to get rid of them because they're the freaking holy trinity of DC. So you know they're going to be back, and there's going to be some explanation. And this was all a big misunderstanding. But hey, you want to check this out? Be down.
Oh, okay. Apparently there is a game coming. I didn't know about it.
Even a game you didn't know about. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of gossip, so how out of the loop I am. This is the Flash Fast Man Alive, one of 3, I guess, standalone movie companion, official movie tie-in comic, so it says there. Do you know anything about all this Ezra Miller brouhaha and shit that he's been doing online? Anybody?
I mean, I've heard like he seems to be a little cultish and maybe a little groomish, if you will. I don't know. I haven't gotten to the specifics, but he does seem to have lost his shit.
It seems like, yeah,
He's constantly in the news.
Not for good things either. I mean, all for really dark things, and then going back, it seems like he's been doing some. He's been kind of a jerk in the past, as it is, and I don't know. I can't pass judgment, but a lot of people are saying that they got no interest in this, because first of all, the movie may or may not ever get released. And a lot of people identify the actor with the movie, even though the actor. A person's work is not who they are. I see that, but a lot of people can't compartmentalize that kind of a thing.
I struggle with it sometimes.
Yeah,
Kanye West right now. I used to love Kanye West. I can't really listen to his music anymore.
I know.
I just don't like him at all.
The poor man is having a mental break, though, man, and he's too rich for anybody to tell him. When you're rich,
it's been like a 5-year mental breakdown. I feel like.
It's a process, man. It's an ongoing process. And nobody, when you're that powerful and rich, people are reluctant to call you on it. But if you watch that thing on Netflix, the Kanye thing, Genius, about this dude who was like his videographer, and he was like way back in the day before he struck it big back in Chicago. This guy was his boy, and he had vision. He saw that this dude was going places. This dude like quit his job and just like he just followed Kanye and you videoed all this stuff, and now it's like this 3-part. I recommend, even if you're not a Kanye fan, this is a well done documentary. And I was never a big fan of his. I mean, I liked a lot of his stuff. I saw that he was good, but when I was
a big fan.
Oh yeah, see, you were more up on it. It was more your generation. But when I look back, like, wow, this guy he really is. I should say gifted. He's just not this crank that he appears to be now. I mean, he made his
I'll
name.
Tell you, the Kanye that wrote All Falls Down is not the Kanye you see today. They're 2 different people, and I like the old guy.
Yeah, the old guy. I mean, he made his name like making beats, but he was so good at making beats. But like, people were buying his beats. Jay-Z and big people like that were buying this stuff.
He had dope beats, but what I liked about Kanye in the beginning was like he was there was an honest thing to him, and there was also like this breaking of the mold, like this I'm gonna play it. He would wear polos and like wear a backpack, and like there was kind of like this different vibe to him that you would expect to see, which I liked, trying to just do your own thing and not dress like everybody else. So
yeah,
there was a lot of things that I liked about him. And like, like I said, the song All Falls Down talks about
All Falls Down. Oh, that is
yeah.
The
talks
lyrics
about greed and our consumerism culture that we have. And there's just a real self-awareness of some things that seem to be completely gone now.
Hair so long that it looked like weed, and she cut it all off. Now she looked like Eve. Oh man, there's some deep rhymes and there's some really good stuff in there. The dude is gifted, man. I mean, that's not easy. That's not easy to do that. So
like slow jam with Jamie Foxx. That song is so good, man.
Oh
So
man,
good.
my favorite probably
I
of
can't listen
all.
to it.
My favorite though is Through the Wire, because you see the story of what Through the Wire was like. This dude had a broken jaw, and he's spitting through the
Yeah.
wire. I'm not gonna be stopped. I'm gonna rap through the damn wire. My jaw's wired shut. But he made this damn
I
song,
remember
man.
that.
Yeah,
I remember when that hit, man, and that beat was just so dope, man. I was a big fan.
that
Immediately, big fan.
that I mean, that was like his Sergeant Pepper right there. I don't think he could get any better than
Yeah.
that. You know, I think he peaked around that time, but now he's just living on his
No,
reputation.
I would say he peaked on Late Registration.
Late Registration was good too. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there.
That was peak Kanye for me.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised, Staple. But I mean, I don't see the Ezra saga ending well, because he from an affluent family. Once again, when you're rich, people don't tell you shit. You know, they don't pull you. Like, hey, that's fucked up. Okay, don't do that. So I don't know. I mean, somehow it's not. I'm not a prophet, but you know, he's not on a
I've
good
lost
track.
some friends. I've lost some friends being that way. I'm the kind of guy that will tell you. It's not always appreciated.
Me too, and I appreciate some people telling me too. So you know, love, everlasting. And now for another episode of Love Everlasting. You got me hooked. I'm gonna be definitely picking up number 2 of this, man. It's I don't know if you read this. Did you read this?
I bought it. I have not read. I bought multiple covers of this one. Actually.
Yeah, I did. I bought a couple of them.
I got the 1 in 10, I think, on this one.
Yeah, a lot of great covers. A lot of great covers for this. And Tom King has got my attention for at least one more issue because I love this concept. I don't know what exactly it's about, but it's got me interested, and I'd like to see more. Or please,
I'm gonna give this one. I'll give this one the 2-issue test and make my decision on this one.
I think it's worth it. And there's 10,000 black feathers, which is in the what is this? The Bone Orchard. The Bone Orchard? Yeah, the Bone Orchard saga, which is I guess is the mythos, I should say. It's an ongoing thing, and I believe it's Jeff Lemire and Sorrentino. So
and Andrea Sorrentino.
And
I got the book.
There's some great creators on this, but I don't know anything about the Bone Orchard mythos. But it looks pretty good.
Man, I read this book, which I guess this book is different from that comic that's coming out next week. But this book is a trip. Like I didn't even know what to think after I was done with this.
Wow, that was the first
I'm
version.
interested. I'm not sure. I don't really get it, man, to tell you the truth. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this next book, just hoping that it sheds some light, like on what the hell this is.
Yeah,
because I don't really get it.
Yeah, but you know, I'm a fan of Lemire's work and Sorrentino's.
I like both of them too.
Yeah,
Jeff Lemire is one of my favorites, actually.
Yeah, he's a guy whose work, a writer, I should say, whose work I say, okay, well, take a look. You know,
yeah.
Seven Sons, however. I think I saw one of your videos, Damien, where you mentioned that you were done with this too. I don't know who out there is still reading Seven Sons, who stuck with it this long. Willie, anybody? I gave it 1. I was going to get the second issue. I may have gotten it, but I haven't read it yet. But from what I hear, it's still kind of dense, and I don't know. Got the great artwork by Jay Lee in it though, but I don't know. Maybe dollar sale or something like that. We'll see. I don't know if I'll be picking any more of this up. And apparently Batman Day, International Batman Day or something like that. There's going to be a Batman.
Is that really a thing?
Yeah, that's I guess, because there's going to be some free books, and this is one of them. It's Batman Hush Special Edition. But basically, it's Batman 608 reprinted. I think the first, Jim Lee's first work on Batman and the Hush story. So,
okay.
Pick it up maybe at the comic shop. I guess it'll be free. They'll be passing them out like free comic book day, or maybe at order them online.
Oh, man.
Not sure.
If it's
Probably
free, I'm in.
Yeah, it's definitely free. Yeah, it's for free. For sure. Oh, here we go. Wildfire. I know. Okay, number 3. Great. So I'm caught up. So once I read number 1 and number 2, number 3 comes out next week. So I finally get to see what the fuss about this book is, which I hear is a pretty dope book on many levels.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I mean,
I like
issue number 1. I ordered number 1 from my comic shop because it was sold out here. And I caught it for cover price before it went up, and now it's $15 for number 1 for the A cover. That's why I was so shocked to get that D cover today of number 1.
Wow.
So I can finally read it. So
15 already?
15 already, man. There's a little speck. It's a little speck. Death Dealer, I read number 1. I don't know if anyone else read number 1 of this or not, but it reminded me a lot of, more than a little, I should say, of like Barbaric. And I think Barbaric did it better. But the only good thing this has going for it is that it's Frank Frazetta. Maybe they're officially licensed from the Frazetta estate, and they're the only book that's publishing Frazetta sanctioned work. They took his Death Dealer character and ran with it and made it into a.
I think it's something like that.
Yeah. So they're already at issue number 5. So good for them. I don't know if I'll be going back to it, but there's some really good artwork in there. But if you're looking for like barbarian, Conan, barbaric style stuff, it might be something you might want to look into. From Opus Comics. Opa! And Sacrament. I did a review of that one too. Peter Milligan. Peter Milligan is just like, man, he's back in a big way. The first issue of Sacrament was this interplanetary priest who has been lured into an exorcism in the future, worshiping and exorcism, and everything has moved to another level in this book. So nice artwork here also from Marcello Frusine. And
nice cover.
Yeah, I like that. The first issue was pretty good. My guy, Kevin Smith. I like me some Kevin Smith. He does some good stuff. I've forgiven him for that whole Spider-Man Black Cat thing back in the 90s. We don't speak about that. But yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about, actually. Well,
he started. I think it was the 90s. It may have been before that. You know how it is when you get old, man. I feel like, was it the 90s or the 80s? I'm not sure. But he started a Spider-Man Black Cat limited series. I was all in because it was who was it, the wife and husband and wife team that do comics. God, I can't think of them. Not All Red, but God, this other team that does comics. Anyway, one of my favorite artists' team was on there.
2002 to 2006. It looks like.
Is that when it was? It was close to the 90s. So almost 20 years ago, about 20 years ago exactly, for that whole Black Cat thing. And the first 2 issues came out, and he didn't finish it. I think number 3 came out maybe 3 years later. It was like, dude, you had me psyched for this.
6 issues between August of 2002 and March of 2006. 6 issues in 4 years.
So it was 4 years between issues. So yeah, that's the Dodsons. Thank you, Jet City. Yes, yeah, the Dodsons, the Terry Dodson and Rachel Dodson. Loved that book when it first came out. Thought it was going to be great, and it was off to a good start. And Kevin, I don't know what happened. He just lost interest. I don't know. Something happened. He discovered weed or something. I don't know. So something happened. He just didn't finish the book. But I love listening to his podcast.
Hey! Don't blame this on.
I know.
Don't blame it on Mary Jane.
I know. That's what they try to do, though. You can't blame anything.
Blame yourself.
Yeah, if there's anybody to blame, don't blame it on weed. Yeah.
Oh, he was ready for that one.
Oh yeah, Scott Point, Herman Cain. Thank you very much. Yeah. So yeah, but I love his podcast, Fat Man Beyond. He does a lot of good stuff. So I'm going to give it I think this is about some person who's either a social media star or a movie star who decides to hide their identity because of something happening in their life. It's a dark horse thing. So yeah. I'll definitely give it a look for sure. And then there's also
I'll watch the review.
That's a safe bet. And Masquerade cover B, I should say, from Francavilla. So they do some pretty awesome covers too.
So Camelot 3000. I think I've seen that in the dollar bin, maybe.
That sounds familiar. Camelot 3000. Who's talking about that? Oh, okay.
Jet City, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that does ring a bell. But yeah, but I'm sure a lot of issues like like one what was it called? Chin Music, by Tony, not Tony Daniels or some dude named Tony, and the artist. It was like this really cool book about gangsters and ghosts, and 2 issues came out, disappeared. That happens so often. The picture of everything else. Still wait for that to come out. That's been about 2 years
too, man.
since that came out.
I've been following that one too. Yeah.
Yeah. Where is it? Anyway, the least you can do. The least you can do. This is something to do with magic and a world being rebuilt after a world-ending event, and magic helping to rebuild that world or something like that. If I just kind of brutally summarize that, that's what I think is what it's to do with. But since it's an image thing, I might check it out. No guarantees. Game time decision. Oh, this is one.
I picked this one up because of you.
Oh,
I went back and got number 1 because.
Oh, good. This deserves some love. If you hadn't guessed, I love this book. I love.
By the way, I think those are really supposed to be V's. By the way, at least I did a search once, and it was V. I couldn't find it because it was really V's. Not
so how you pronounce it?
I don't get it. I don't know. I do not know.
When you speak it, it's like some ancient curse, and some entity will appear if you say it actually how it's supposed to be spoken. I don't know. But oh man, I love this book. I'm just gonna call it True Cult because I can't pronounce whatever the hell they're trying to say here. But this guy that steals this thing, he's kind of a dope. He's a fast food worker. He works in man, oh god, and his co-worker here who's just pretty awesome. Man, have you read it yet? If you haven't read it, I don't want to spoil it or anything.
I just no, you can spoil it. I watched the review.
Okay, yeah. So I've talked about it a lot. So yeah, I think this is a limited series. So man, for sure, pick this up, folks. If you have worked in retail or in the service industry where you're waiting on just like the public, you're at the mercy of the public, then you can totally relate to a lot of stuff in here. And they really don't. They talk. This is more behind the scenes stuff. Like. I do a book called Complicated Hair. Was like my experience of working in an art store in the retail industry, and we focus more on like the customers and how they treated us, and there's a little bit of backstory too. But this is like really, some deep stuff about people who work in this field and this shit that happens to this guy who just like was at his wit's end and did some crazy stuff as far as being a stick-up man. So. Yes, worth a look. Worth a look.
Extreme measures.
Extreme measures, yes. And it was so funny the way he stuck. He was like the most polite stick-up person ever. Like it's just there's such a thing, But he made a mistake. Castle Full of Blackbirds, Baked in a Pie. Yeah, this is from the Mark Mignola verse from the world of Hellboy. So it's from his mind. I don't know if he's a writer on here or if he's just the inspiration for it. So I know you're probably not into this, but someone out there might be. So I thought I'd just throw it out there for them.
Yeah, no.
Oh, and the last one, gotta end on this one. Sergeant Werewolf.
An interesting cover.
It is an awesome cover. And this is another one of those. Rich Woodall is a guy, I guess, that does everything too. Is one of those cartoonists who just like, from concept to coloring, he does it all. So yeah, just this cover. Yep, I'm looking for it. I'm gonna find it. And then there's I like
Brian Boland art. Jet City mentions Brian Boland. I like that dude. He's good.
Oh, absolutely. And who is this? Oh, Schmalky. Schmalky, Black Caravan, Joseph Schmalky, who's like the, one of the driving forces behind that. This is his cover, his take on Sergeant Werewolf. So,
Black Caravan gets a pop from Stapled.
Oh, absolutely. I know it's right. Yeah, hell yeah.
Get a pop from Willie too.
He knows where it's at. Yeah, hell yeah, yeah. So yeah, be on the lookout for all those Black Caravan and for Sergeant Werewolf, who will chew your face off if you don't buy his book. It's a full week, Jake. It's a full week, y'all. We got through it. We made it. And
got your books.
Got the books. The stream didn't crash. Oh, life is good.
No, it didn't. You're right. We're rocking and rolling. We talked about life. We talked about love. We talked about heartache. And we talked about comics, guys. What else do you want?
We did it all. I mean, it's like a therapy session. You're welcome.
Yeah, and we're here for you guys. If you want to talk, we're here for you.
Yes, we are. This is Dr. Fraser Crane.
Lorenzo is.
I'm listening. Yes, Lorenzo at least. Yes. Oh. Yeah, so looking forward to my Portlandia trip in a couple of days. Man, can't wait to see you guys. That's gonna be.
It's hard. It's hard to do the content when you're trying to have a good time. I can say from experience.
I know.
Try and give me a little something,
I'm going to try, but I thought it'd be better than just going to like this convention where I'm paying $50 to get in for the day, and now I'm looking for parking, and now I haven't even bought anything yet, and I don't know anybody there. Like, I'll just go and hang out with some people that I know and see this beautiful city from their point of view, So yeah, I'm looking forward to that so much, and there will be some content. I'm sure coming from that. So
that's gonna be dope, man. Have fun, fellas.
Yeah, buddy. See you in Oregon. So be sure to check out my son Staple Spine and his amazing meme content he's becoming infamous for. he's rising to the top of the meme ladder out there. Is there's such a thing? But man, his content.
Staple Spine, or are you talking about me? You talking about Staple Spine? Is he memeing too?
Oh no! I mean you.
Oh no! You said Staple Spine.
Did I say Staple Spine?
Okay.
God damn.
Yes.
My other son. Okay. my cousin. Yeah, my son Circumstances. My son Circumstances. And his memes. They're both on
Janet. Don't
and
put
YouTube.
Janet on the same side here.
What you say? Just screw content. Yeah.
Janet and I were for the first time we're on opposite sides. I need content, Janet.
I know. So yes, I will see Staple Spine out there, and I will see Damien Sleepy Rooter 666, and I'm looking forward to it. And check out their content as well. Damien has the channel Sleepy Reader, where he does great stuff.
Channel.
Oh my God, he's been doing it for a long, long time.
Hey, and where we're talking about Damien, he is up for the Lifetime Achievement Award, which I did vote for him. So definitely,
yes,
think about him when you're going for cbcawards.org and voting for Lorenzo. You can also vote for Damien.
Yes, there's a very deserving award right there. Absolutely, he has my vote for that because man, he's got the Lifetime Achievement for sure. Hey, what's up? Just to make it just in time, Daryl. Good to see you. You made it, man. But on that note, we got to wrap it up. So thanks so much.
Dodora, catch the drama at the beginning, Dodora. We got drama.
Oh, there was heavy drama at the beginning. Oh. Yes, if you haven't heard. Yeah, so thanks for stopping by, everyone. Y'all have a great week in life and enjoying your comics and so forth. And God willing, we'll be back this time next week and do it all over again. So what do you say? Take care, everybody.
Good times, y'all.
Good times.